Hi there, it's Clint Wheelock. I'm Managing Director of Dash Network, and I'm here with Smadar Kirstein, who is the Director of Product Marketing for Digital Experience with Amdocs.
Right.
And we're talking about operators' challenges related to customer experience initiatives and some of the key opportunities they face in the market.
Right.
So, Smadar, why don't we just start off? You've worked with a lot of operators around the world, and just curious to know what are some of the most common challenges operators face in designing their digital transformation initiatives?
I'll split my answer into two. So one is, when picking up on the journey towards transformation, I think one of the challenges is how to plan this, right? How do I do the gradual transformation that gets me to the business goal that I need? What should I go first? What would be next, and so forth. But I think the other challenge is, many of the operators are in the journey, advanced in the journey, is once the new capabilities are there, you've put all the engines in, how do you optimize? How do you make sure you have the right UX, the right UI, so customers would actually benefit from your new capabilities?
That makes a lot of sense. Well, and thinking about some of the particular steps along the way, there's of course a big movement to operators migrating their systems to the cloud, but I know sometimes there are some concerns and some barriers associated with that. What are some of those challenges, some of those barriers specifically related to cloud migration that you hear from your operator customers?
I think mostly it's about the business continuity, right? How do I make that as smooth as possible in order to really benefit from the cloud advantages, but don't disrupt my business.
Right.
This is like the top concern, and we make sure it doesn't happen. Really,
Right.
we have our consulting services and entire practices to make sure that doesn't happen.
Okay, that's great. And what about 5G? As operators around the world are upgrading their networks and rolling out 5G services, how does that connect to the customer experience dimension of what they're offering, and how's Amdocs helping with that?
So the thing is that 5G, to some extent, it's very similar to the transition to 3G back then and then 4G. It doesn't really change the way we need support, right? However, it does change the complexity.
Right.
The complexity of services, the amount of knowledge an agent needs to keep up with, right? And we do expect the one-stop shop thing where we get to an agent or to a self-service portal and we get all the answers we need very transparently, very clearly, and we get to do what we need. That's not the case because the complexity is overwhelming. Not all digital processes and self-service capabilities are there to support the complexity, and agents do need also support systems, with automated knowledge management systems and AI-driven,
Yes.
contextualized workflows, guided workflows, in order to help them really navigate this complexity.
Well, that makes a lot of sense, especially when you think about the greater diversity of services being offered by operators with 5G. It just naturally increases the complexity
And you can
of the
throw
customer
in,
service experience
partners
also.
that comes in, right?
Yeah.
So it's a huge jump in complexity.
Absolutely. Well, and you mentioned AI, and that's something I was curious about touching on as well, because AI is clearly infusing a lot of the customer experience initiatives that companies across different industries are designing and deploying now. But how is Amdocs using AI to increase the personalization and optimization from a customer experience perspective?
So basically, we make sure AI is embedded within all our products. We, have such a huge amount of expertise in telecom.
Right.
We are making sure that all the telco use cases are embedded within the products to drive better decision making, to drive automation, to drive recommended, personalized, contextualized experience, both for the employees and the end user. So this is one thing, and another thing, of course, again, it always have the enablement part of the actual
Right.
products that you install.
Right.
We make sure our AI and data platform is designed to help consolidate the disparate data, aggregate it, transform it into business-ready data that can really drive value to,
Right.
again, both the business organization, the marketeers, the finance organization, and so forth, but also the agents and eventually the customer.
Well, and I would imagine that AI can really help in terms of integrating some of these systems and the workflows associated with them, and really just kind of providing some of the glue that's necessary to make all this work in a more seamless fashion, even as the customer service experience becomes more complicated. Well, so we've talked about cloud migration, we've talked about the impact of 5G, we've talked about AI. Are there other ways in which Amdocs is helping operators to address some of these key business challenges associated with digital transformation and establishing an increasingly digital experience for customers?
So we really aim to make sure our customers just get the best knowledge and practices and thought leadership that we can give them. We are doing global researches continuously, really, to understand better what are the needs, where do we need to invest, where do we need to take our customers and inspire our customers. We are also making sure that our products, our technology products, are complemented with our consulting services, design services, so we are able to give our customers the end-to-end support that they need in order to really see the benefits of the transformation.
I think that makes a lot of sense, and I can certainly see how the services dimension of things would be really important, just based on the unique architecture and technology stack that each operator has, and the different nature of their customer relationships as well. Okay, well, this has been very helpful, and just to wrap up, just curious if there are a few things that you would like operators to know as they think about their customer experience initiatives and taking them to the next level over the next 2 to 3 years. Are they technology opportunities? Are they business process opportunities? Or what's one thing you'd like operators to take away from what you've learned?
I think operators really need to foresee where the future is taking us. And if I look further into the future, I can see things are just going to get even more messy.
Absolutely, complex, certainly.
Right, non-linear experiences, channel-less experiences, hopping from here to there, metaverse. I think it would come to fruition at some point, to maturity. So we need to get all, the building blocks right. In order to be as flexible and adaptive to manage the chaos, right? But eventually the customers do not care about this underlying chaos, right? They just want to reach you wherever they are and get their answers, right?
Yes.
And get the support. So I think we just need to brace ourselves and, get in tap with the non-linear existence.
Right.
Basically.
Greater complexity requires a lot more versatility, a lot more flexibility from the operator in order to make that customer experience as simple as it can be.
Which makes it ever more exciting, really.
It does. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much, Smadar. This has been insightful and helpful, and we look forward to hearing more about what Amdocs has up its sleeve over the next few years. All right. Thank you so much.